Hello. So today I want to tell you about the game Stonesaga from Open Owl Studios. And this was sent to me so that I could show it to all of you. And wow, is this a game for us Oregon Trail kids? You are getting to go out and explore and forage and fish and hunt. There's no dysentery, but you could still die. So let me tell you about this game. I wish I had a bigger filming setup so that I could show you more of it. But this game is epic. So it is a campaign game that goes through a long series of goals, and you can then reset it at the end and have a different starting point. And then there's also an endless mode. So this game plays 1 to 4 players. I have been playing it solo, and rather than playing it as the true solo, I've been playing it solo with 2 characters, which is really fun. So these sheets are your cave wall, because as things happen, you're going to get to add it to your cave wall, and you get multiple of these sheets, and they're double-sided. And then there is also a cave wall inside the box where you could put your items. The thought of doing that on the box gives me like heart palpitations, so that is not how I do it. You then also get this journal so that throughout the game, as you gain knowledge and learn how different items craft together, you can write them down in here so that as characters are no longer with us, the knowledge that they gain stays with us for our future characters, so we don't have to relearn the same thing over and over. So then we have the rule book, and it is extensive, but it is very well laid out, tells you everything you need to know, answers all your questions, has the symbols on the back, which is great, and has a really good index for everything, and shows you all of the components, because this game has a lot of components. So that's the rule book. And then you also get this page, which walks you through your first game setup. So it's very clear what you're doing. And in the first game, you're doing a lot of things to just kind of learn how stuff works. So you're learning how to fish, you're learning how to forage, you're learning how to explore so that you can go out and do the really epic things. The goals in the first game are much more attainable. They get far more difficult as the game progresses. So then we have the codex. This is where you're going to learn all sorts of hidden information as you explore, as you craft, as you do different things. It will tell you to go to certain spots in the codex, and you are then going to gain information that can then be written in your journal. These are kind of 2 of your master sheets that you can keep out that are like your quick reference guides. So you've got foraging, fishing, and mining. But once you do those a few times, you know how to do them, so you'll need to refer to those less. And then this tells you about your different terrain types, because there are several in the game. You're only starting out with 3 hexes, but you are going to explore out. And I believe there's even expansions for this that add some new terrain and some new things. I can't even contemplate more at this point, but there's more. So then you have all of your different resource tokens and things that you'll need, all your different tracks that you can move up, things like that. And it's all very well organized, which I super appreciate. This is where you've got the different items that you're going to forage and fish for, and different types of stones and runes and things like that. And then you have your character board. So each one of you gets to pick a character. So like I said, when I play solo, I play 2 characters. Obviously, one of them is always green, which is, this is the Wanderer. And so this is my mantle. And on here, you create your character, and the little card is going to slip right in here with your different stats. And then this is dual layered, and this is my bag that everything I collect, I hold in here. And you play day phases and night phases. And when the night phase comes, everything has to fit in here. You can get some abilities that go here, and then there's also some spots to put cards and things over here as well. So it's all laid out very, very well. And then you have your health and your energy and different maladies that can happen to you. Like I said, none of them are dysentery, but it does feel very like Oregon Trail to the max to me, and that could just be my age showing. But if you enter the night phase and you are incapacitated, that's going to be your last phase. But new characters come out, and there is a way in the box that you actually get to save all of your character sheets, so you can write something on there about that character and things like that. This is your then terrain area. And these are some of those abilities I was talking about that at some point might get slotted onto your board. There's a bunch of those. And then these are actually your different characters that will go out on the hexes. If I had any painting skills at all, these would be painted. But I have a lot of great talents, and painting is sadly not one of them. So you've got all of your terrains. These are all turned over to the mist side, so you don't really know what's going on them, but there's a lot of things happening on the different tiles. So you kind of keep it a mystery until they get added to your board. So then we have our starting board. And to start out, like I said, we just have 3 hexes. So this is where we're at, and I would put myself here, and the other character would also go here. And this is where you're going to look at what kind of features are on your hex. So we do have water here, so I have the option to fish, and we do have a cave here which can provide some shelter. So those are good things, because being out in the open can be dangerous, and we don't know what's happening over here, but we're going to be able to explore that. And we're also going to be able to explore so much more. And I love how this all fits together so nicely, because then when you kind of finish a round of goals and you're like, okay, that's all for this session, we're gonna put it away for our next session, all of this just stacks together and then can be easily brought back out for your next game. So you're not having to do this huge amount of setup every time. We then have our bag that we use for things when we need to draw tokens out. And then we have all of our cards, and they come in a couple different boxes. And again, everything so well organized. And we have our cards that tell us about our day phase and all of the options that we have and how much energy they cost. Obviously, when a character runs out of energy, they can't take any more actions in that day phase. And then we go to our night phase, which is kind of where we restore ourselves. We have some food, we have some water, we get some energy back. We potentially try and heal each other. We craft with our items to try and get better things. That's where we can spend some of those items that are in our pack and all of those things. And then we have our knowledge cards and so many goal cards that are going to walk us through different things we need to achieve. So then in our card boxes, everything has dividers, which I love because it keeps it organized. So just this is our item card deck. This is structures. We have journey cards. We have so many different things going on. We have our delving deck. We have our night card deck because different events can happen at night. So that's one of our boxes to keep everything organized. And then in our other box, we have our additional character cards. So these are the cards that you are going to basically fill out for each character. You get to name them, you get to pick their traits, you're going to roll some dice for their stats, things like that. This is the legend of whoever, so after they are no longer with us, they can go and be saved in the box as a character who helped us with our journey. We have outpost cards, and then we have our regular goal cards that are not the big intermediate goal cards, things like that. So that all, you can kind of organize the boxes however you would like. I think I was keeping these actually in here, and then I reorganized. Nope, I wasn't. I was keeping things and then I reorganized it so it would look just like it's supposed to for the video. So everything fits great into the box, which is huge, because with a game that has this much going on, you need to be able to keep it organized, and also to be able to set up and take down so quickly is just everything, because I don't want to take an hour to set up my game every time that I want to play a new session. And so I have not played through the entire full first campaign yet, but I am getting closer. So I will complete that. And then, like I said, there is a new starting point that I can start at to basically do things again. But some of the knowledge of things that I have, like how certain things craft with certain items you collect, I will essentially still know that, and that's fine to know that game to game. It could give me a little bit of an up. And then after I've played through all of these things, like I said, there are expansions. So then I can have even more if I feel like this isn't enough, which this is quite a lot. And yes, everything fits in with no lid lift, but I could get the expansions, or there is an endless mode where I can continue to play and discover new things, get through new terrain tiles, take on new goals. This is a game that, yes, while it has a campaign, it is also endless. So this is such a fun adventure to try, to see where you're going, to learn the secrets of the lands, to not get too attached to any one character, and to just have a really great time with. Like I said, it is 1 to 4 players, and that is Stonesaga by Open Owl Studio. If you have played it, what do you think of it? Give me a like and a follow, and I'll keep bringing you more board game content. Thanks. Bye.